How's it going, folks? So I had a interaction, message exchange with someone who I've brought into my circle of spiritual teachers, and she's wonderful. She's so wise, so beautiful. I mean, people who are full of source light are just so amazing. I love them. I love everybody. I love everyone on their path and where they're at in their journey. Man, am I just blown away by some people. And what I'm doing right now is, at my level of work, what's really important is that when you have a strong urge or an intuition, you don't just scroll past it. You grab that feeling because you're being spoken to. And I have a lot of things to do that are three-dimensional today. I'm supposed to be battening down the hatches on my trailer and getting it ready to move out of this park because my journey is beginning, and I'm leaving this particular geographical location and moving closer to where I'm being led. This is a weird way to live. Most people don't live like this, where you find, I'm sorry if there's wind, I'm going to try and talk close so you can hear me. The purpose of a spirit walk is to take that strong feeling you get. And once you get into this, I mean, I've noticed it's different now that I've been doing it. This isn't my first spirit walk like this. But I had kind of a little bit of a blockage, a little bit more delving to do in my Green Chakra book, Voice of Prophecy, which is what I'm using a lot now since I'm talking to you first. And its purpose is to bring the knowledge that is really deep and out of the ether to the world where we can take advantage of it and where we can share it. So you can't go into this frequency. It's considered a higher frequency. And the higher you go, the less you make sense to your average Joe on the street. That's the best way I can put it. So right now, I'm pretty much sitting 3D, vibrating highly, but not any focus on any particular, because you don't want to stay focused in any one particular unless you're trying to do something specific. But what I'm going to do now is I've already picked my direction. You start with the direction, but you be still. You sit in stillness. You listen. I shouldn't have to elaborate any more than that. You listen. You imagine the geographical area you're in, and you let your compass needle point you in a direction. And when it feels right, when it in that surge, get up and go. Don't think about it. Stay in the feeling. I haven't done my hair. I'm wearing my laundry day clothes because I'm washing. I like to take my dog on a walk with me usually, but when he gets distracted, he distracts me. And it's really hard to hold, especially for me right now. I'm getting better at this Green Chakra. It's unfamiliar to me, so I need to be as focused as possible. And right now, I'm just kind of explaining to give you context so that you know what I'm doing. I won't remain only in green frequency, but I'm going to try and focus mostly on that so that I can get the most important information out. I don't think this walk is for me. Well, I mean, it's for me. All this stuff's connected, but it's not specifically for me. I think this is more specifically for you folks, and that's what I'm doing this for. I think trusting in my intuition that's telling me that this is the purpose of this one right now. I don't know where. I don't have a destination. I only have a direction and a feeling, a good feeling. So I think I'll end with the explanations now at this point. And I don't know. Maybe I'll be on for a little bit, but I should still just gonna talk about how I feel. And I'm not going to put my sunglasses on because, I don't know, maybe you'll get something from my expression. You can read a lot by how a person feels just by how their face looks. And sometimes I may not be able to put into words something that I'm feeling, but you might be able to understand what that expression means. I think I'm already getting in there. Okay. Oh, I know I'm walking down the street with my eyes closed. Trust me, I'm open long enough to see where I'm going. It's been made extremely difficult for all of us in the world. Follow our hearts. It's like everything's designed to kill that. Everything. Try this in your life. Go down the list and look at all the things that you consider about all the things that cause you great anxiety, fear. And then ask yourself, can you live without them? Isn't that a weird question? This causes me anxiety, this causes me fear, this causes me pain, but I can't live without it. Not everyone has the luxury of having everything that's a lie in their life taken away without being asked whether or not they would like to make that move or not. That's a blessing. It's a blessing because most people can't do it. I'm not even saying I could have done it. My soul wanted something, and it overrode my ego because my ego was killing me, and I decided I had to kill it. Not kill it. I had to beat it up, tie it up, and then set it at the back of the class so it no longer was a disturbance. It's still part of my history, it's still part of who I am, and I don't reject it. I'm not going to devalue large portion of my existence that, though were painful, still resulted in me having the ability to be where I am right now and doing what I'm doing. Because this is the most important. This is best. Just to wake up in the morning and open my eyes and fear and anger, remembering the day before. It still takes me about an hour after waking up before I feel aligned, because I'm arranging my priorities in my head. But now I'm not lying to myself about it. So if my priorities were all about how am I going to not lose my material possessions, I'm not on the path. I'm trapped in the matrix, and I'm being guided like fear, by fear. by like some wicked shepherd with a thorny staff to the slaughter, not to the pastures. You get it? The butcher guides the sheep to the slaughterhouse. The shepherd guides the sheep to the pastures. I had some terrible dreams 6 years ago. Divergent timeline dreams, kind of things that could happen. Warnings. I'm not going to discuss that. It's fear-based. I don't fear it, but I don't want to create fear in other people. Let's just say that humanity, some sections of humanity, if you think it's bad, now you ain't seen nothing yet. The thought experiment is this. Think of the countries throughout history and time where the empire was crumbling, where they built a framework of resources large enough to feed the population to make a city possible. The population swells, the people feel that they're prosperous, and then the hand steering the wheel decides to aim towards the rocks, killing everyone on board, but surviving to collect everything of value and keep it for himself. I don't know. I told you he was going to do it. What happens to all those good people when all the resources are taken? When they run out of food? When their children are hungry? When they have to look to their crying children and all they want to do is feed them? They don't even want to feed themselves, they just want to feed their children. What does that create in the heart of man? What sort of capacity to do evil can be done in the name of saving one's loved ones? It's one of the tools of the enemy. It's an evil transmutation. It's the opposite of healing. You're taking souls, good people, who would like nothing more than to bless each other and live in harmony. And you're putting them in a pen, starving them until they're animal. The reptilian part of the brain takes over, the fight or flight, and then tossing a steak in, just to enjoy watching everyone kill each other. You don't think that's happening to us right now? You know, they're pretty lazy. They don't like to do their dirty work themselves. Not until they're forced to back to them. They'd rather have us do it for them. And they employ that tactic because it seems to work pretty well. My vibration. It's sad. I love you, folks. Thank you for watching. Drift out of here. Freeway overpass. I'm heading towards Abilene. I believe I'm going